Hey, what's happening? Happy New Year. 2020, I think I might be the first one on the channel this year, which is an honor, I think. Or maybe it's a curse. Let me see if we've got it pulled up okay over here. Yeah, we're good. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining. Today we're going to talk about, well, first of all, if you haven't seen this stream before, this is called Voice and Robotics. Sometimes it's more robotics, sometimes it's more voice, and sometimes it's just research and hacking around. I think today will be hacking. I found out about the simulator a few months ago, but I really haven't messed with it until last night and then some this morning. So I think I've got it set up, but what it is an autonomous driving simulator. So there were a lot of videos, especially in the past few years, about teaching reinforcement learning through self-driving cars in Grand Theft Auto. So using a game to do it. And I did it for a while too. It's really fun, but basically you drive around, you capture frames, and you label the frames, or you label things like these road markers, cars. You teach it to identify cars and things like that. So it's a fun way to kind of get into autonomous driving research. But Carla is something different. So Carla's been around a couple of years at least. I think when I was reading the docs, it looked like some 2017 dates were on here. They have a good paper that I think is from 2017 as well. But the cool thing about Carla is the graphics aren't as good, and of course the gameplay isn't as good as GTA, but you get a lot of data out of it, which was really hard to get out of Grand Theft Auto. So we're going to use that data, and we're going to have some fun with this. I think we'll make this a multi-part series, but use that data to have some fun with robotics. So you might be asking, how does robotics play into this? Well, there's a cool package now for Carla called a ROS bridge. So let me show you. Carla, ROS bridge. And who's on the stream here? Hey, Chiny, and hey, Joe, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for helping. Joe's going to help out today, so hopefully you know Joe from some of the other Twitch streams that he's done here. So here's ROS bridge. So ROS, if you don't remember, is robotic operating system, and there are bridges that can bridge, so the concept of ROS is to have this ROS master server that contains all the data that these little nodes need to talk to each other. So nodes can be anything from a whole unit, like a whole car or a whole robot, or to individual pieces like shoulders and joints and heads and eyes and sensors, things like that. So the bridge acts as a way for us to get data out of Carla, and also not only get data out of, but send commands to. So the way we'll tie this in is we'll use Alexa, make sure I've muted her. We'll use Alexa to send voice commands to vehicles, maybe even people inside Carla. So we'll use the ROS bridge for that. So today we're going to try to get Carla working. I'll show you Carla, and I think I've got it working now. It took a while. And then we'll start the ROS bridge and see if we can get that done today too. Hey, startup, welcome. Namaste. Yes, welcome back. Who else is here? Urban Blaster, what's happening? Hope you had a good New Year. And hey, Zap5, great to see you too. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. Also, since we're going to be hacking around today, there's not really there's nothing holding you back from asking questions. If you ask questions about Carla, I probably won't be able to answer them, but we can look at it together. We'll kind of learn this together. But if you have questions about ROS or programming or robotics in general, Joe and I will help you get all those answered. So let me show you Carla. That's the bridge. Carla is here, and I've got right here. So if you wanted to follow along and do this at home, there's a couple things you should be aware of. First, go to Carla. The GitHub repo is here, and I will paste it. Let's see here. I think I've got it for you here. Carla, GitHub. Or maybe Joe can paste it. Here we go. I'll paste it right here real quick. So that's Carla. Oops, I did not find it here. That's all right. And so there's a couple things you should be aware of. One is there is a master branch that's pretty good, but some of the documentation isn't up to date for master. So I think if I were doing this over again, if I could go back in time to last night when I started installing this, I might just start with a stable branch because the docs look better for stable. So you can see that it's got some good activity. 14 days ago it released a new release. So it's got good activity, a lot of good contributors. But maybe start with a stable branch. But you can get it to work on Mac, supposedly, but it needs Linux or Windows. And you can run it from Docker. I did have problems with Docker today, running it from Docker, so I bailed out and went back to Windows. So the Windows binary you can find, I'll try to paste that link for you too, because it's not in this branch, but there's a Windows binary, and that's what I'll run from here. So let's just launch it. We'll say Carla UE4, and we'll launch it. Let's see, who else? What kind of resolutions did we get this year? Who's got a fun one they want to tell us about? Mine is to not make a whole lot of resolutions that are out of my reach. I'm going to try to keep them all realistic. Like every year I decide I'm going to run 1,000 miles, and I've never hit it. I only got 695 last year. And that's even after I lowered it to 720 miles. So I'm going to keep everything real realistic. Maybe even low this year. Why not? Let's have fun. So when you launch Carla, it will launch into an empty world. So you can see it's a very empty world. But the cool thing is, a lot of these things, even the lights, I think we can interact with ROS. So we can even use voice maybe to change the lights. Now, that one changed by itself. I didn't just change it. But if we can use voice to change stop lights, that'd be really cool. You can see I can go into it's just using Unreal Engine stuff. If you're familiar with Unreal Engine, it's a 3D rendering and gaming engine. A lot of the polygons, geometries, and all that. You can download new cars, new people, new objects. So we won't play with that today, but this is that. So what we want to do is spawn some units, some NPCs into this world, and then we can start maybe interacting with them with ROS. So in the Carla folder, there is a directory called Python API. There are some examples, so we'll look at those. I think that's what I want. Maybe. Can you see that font okay? Yeah. Let's see. Urban, mine is to build 11 more skill. 11 more? How many do you have right now? 11 more, 694 miles than I ran. That's awesome. How many do you have, Urban? I would love to know. And 11's great. Are you going to do, like, maybe you're going to do a lot of different technologies. So APL, some ISP, some purchasing skills. Off to a bad start already. Only epic skills, not fart joke skills. Good, I hope you do. That'd be really fun. Has anyone tried Sam Jackson mode yet? Have we tried that on the stream? I think we did, right? Maybe we did. I'm not going to do it again. All right, examples. So the only one I've played with is Spawn NPC. I'll show you that one, and we'll play with a new one. Oh, I did run Vehicle Gallery, and it added some vehicles. It just printed out a list of vehicles. It didn't add them to the game, but maybe it was downloading the polygons and the, what do they call it? I keep forgetting the word, the meshes. It probably downloaded the meshes for those. But let's do Spawn NPC. Let me show you what it looks like. So let's just run code in here, and I'll show you code. And Spawn NPC. Can you see that? Probably not. That might be better. Oh, we did during release roundup. Good. Thanks, Joe. All right. So Spawn NPC will let us spawn non-player characters. I think that's what it is. Or components. What is C? Why am I forgetting that? Non-player something. That's funny. Oh, characters. Yeah. All right. All right. Before we got sidetracked, let's go back to this. Okay, so we're going to spawn, and then there are some arguments. So N is number of vehicles. D, delay between spawns. I don't want to mess with the delay. TCP port, that's set by default to 2000 or 2001, so we're okay there. So let's add some. How many do we want to add? Someone give me a number. Python spawn NPC. Joe says it's day 3. I don't want to use 3. I know you weren't giving me that number, Joe. Let's just say 33. Alright, so spawn 33 vehicles. So remember our old world, we should see, yeah, there we go. We should see some vehicles. Motorcycle, some kind of, I don't know if that's one of the vehicles it downloaded or not. There's a cop car up here. Let's go check this out. Oh, we've got a blockade. What's happened? So what I want to do is be able to control it. I mean, we're going to want to control it with ROS anyway, but how do I control it without ROS? Is that a VW van? Alright. So we have at least 33. Can we do more? Oh, it's, we have to make a new process. That's okay. Oh, I think my screen is frozen. Maybe you guys did give me a number. I think I just saw 1 billion before I hit refresh. Definitely not going to launch it. You could probably already hear the GPU running. Can't imagine what a billion would do. So I lost the chat if you want to, if I miss anything important. Okay. So we can spawn. I want to control a vehicle. So let's go to, let's just see if we can find out how to do that. Automatic control, dynamic weather, manual control. Manual control steering wheel. Vehicle gallery. I ran this earlier. I want to see what it did. It spit out a lot of vehicle names. Oh, maybe it got them from... No? I'm not sure where it got all those names. Get blueprint library, filter vehicle. Oh, that's cool. So maybe there's a blueprint library of NPCs, and that looks like what it did. Then there's spawn points on the map where it drops them in. Okay. But these are all things hopefully we can control with Carla or with ROS. So we're going to figure out how to drive a car ourselves first, and we'll work with ROS. Alright, so manual control allows controlling a vehicle with a keyboard. Let's try it. So if I break out of this... Oh. I lost my simulator. Alright, that's alright. Let's launch that again. What was it called? Carla UE4. Alright, we'll just open a new process. So in the setup instructions for this, it says to run this native tools prompt. So normally you might run terminal or PowerShell admin, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not a Windows terminal expert, but you need to run this one because it gives you access to the VS Studio, some linking files that you'll need. All right, so we're going to go to Carla. That's the Windows binary. We're going to go to Python. Oops. And then we're going to go to examples. We're going to launch manual control. Let's see what happens. Oh, let's do this. Conda activate. I have an environment for this. Okay. 1 terabyte free. Hey, Lord of Sound. Hard disk needs data. Yeah. I think it was a 2 terabyte drive when I first got it. So I've got a good terabyte on here. Most of it are for another project I've been working on for a while. That maybe we'll do on here, but I was training a reinforcement learning model to play Galaga. So I'm trying to get to 1 million Galaga frames, and I'm only in like 285,000 right now. But those frames start to take up a lot of space. Okay, so index out of range. What's happening? Default font. If default fonts, I have no idea what that means. So what are we looking at? Let's go here. Automatic control. What file? What line number? Oh, manual control. Which one did I run? Manual control. What about autumn? Now let's do that. So manual control in line. Sorry everyone for this jumping around. All right, line 376. Best way to make $1 million is to start with 2 million. Yeah, that's a. When I did a tour of Napa, and they said the best way to make a fortune in wine country is to lose a. Wait, was it lose a fortune? Maybe it's to lose a fortune is to start with a fortune. It's whatever you're trying to. Whatever you said is what I was trying to say. So the font it can't find is Ubuntu Mono. Okay, there was some kind of commit right when I downloaded this. Where's this commit at? Oops, I don't like that. Let's go forward. Fix font name for Windows. What was that? If OS name equals NT, which is us, Windows 10. I'm using Windows, by the way, for the GPUs. Do I have this? Line 3? Let's look at line 427. 427. Oh, it's a different file. Manual control, control steering wheel, manual control. So we're just going to take this file, I think. Take me to it. How do I go there? This? Nope. View file. We're going to take this code and see if we can get lucky here. Alright. And let's go here. I'm going to back this one up just to be safe. We'll just rename it original. So manual underscore control. We're going to paste this. Let's see if we get lucky. That's not what I want. I want this. All right. Nice graphics for the simulation. What's the engine? It's Unreal Engine. Yeah, I'll show you. Since you didn't see that, let's go back to it. This is Unreal Engine. And this took a while. So this was, I think this was 9 gigabytes to download. And so we can all admit it's January 3rd, and I don't know if you're me or like me, but it's a Friday, the beginning of the year, after a long break, or at least a holiday break. And I did not start on this project until late last night and then this morning. So I started downloading this morning. So 9 gigs, I'm thinking, oh, it shouldn't take too long. But then there were another 6 gigs of things to try. So it'll take you some time if you have even if you have a moderately fast connection. But once you get it, there was one more tricky part where this engine would not launch. So Lord of Sound or anyone else, if you get stuck, Unreal Tournament was epic. I never played that. If you get stuck, though, reach out, and I will go back to my YouTube history. I found a guy that solved the problem for me, and I probably should. I did leave a comment, so I'll know how to get back to it if you get stuck at the same place. All right, this is Unreal Engine, though. So now we've got the new file with hopefully a new font. Let's see what happens. Nope. Okay. Blueprint sensor. All right, so it's looking for some more files. So I'm in, let me see here. Carla. I think I need these examples right here. So I've got those downloaded. Let me copy those. Let's move this. What is it on Windows? REN. Move examples to examples old. Oh, okay. Let's shut this. Shut this one. No, that shouldn't matter. Oh, I think code is making it stop. All right. Try this again. All right, so we've got that, and we're going to copy Carla Python API examples here. I should have moved those to examples. All right, that's all right. Python manual control. So basically what I've done is taken a 2 different versions of Carla and trying to get the examples from one to another. So that's not going to work for us. So I'm not going to mess with that. So we'll skip that. We'll skip driving it ourselves. Let's launch some more cars back into the simulator. So let's first of all start. Is Carla running? Carla is running. So let's start examples. Old. And let's spawn some cars. Python spawn NPC, number of cars. It's going to be next episode, reinforcement learning with a drone. Yeah, we can actually do that now, I think, with Carla. I'm excited to play around with this a lot. Let's put 100 cars in here. Oh, that was cool. Did you see them drop in? And off they go. All right. Let's see what happens here. Is anyone breaking the law? We've got cop here. 2 motorcycles, 3, oh, a bicyclist. There's a bicyclist. That's cool too. Why is everyone stopped? Shouldn't one of these lights be green? There we go. I'm gonna follow the police. Oh, he's going to a place where no one is. All right, so that's that. Let's try to do the ROS bridge. Let's see what we can do with ROS bridge. This little smart car. Check that out. All right, so ROS Bridge is here. ROS Bridge for Carla Simulator. This is brand new for me, so we will learn this together. So do we need a quick recap on ROS? ROS is, let's do it real quick just in case you're needing a refresher. So we can start. I've got ROS installed on my Ubuntu box. So I'm going to start, ROS core. Remember, there's a core that keeps track of everything. So these nodes register with the core. They can pass messages to each other. And then we can have Alexa Skills Kit sitting somewhere else outside the network and hit one of these, we'll hit ROS core basically and send messages, make things move around. So that's ROS core. Let me do real quick another window, and then we'll just copy and paste. We can make this quick. So we just want to see a ROS Pi subscriber. We can find some real quick Python code for this. Complete example. Here we go. Subscribing to a topic. Just copy this. All right, so ROS core is running. Nano subscriber.py. Paste this here. I think this should work. I don't think there's any. Deaf listener. Okay, let's just do. start it like that. Can you see that font? Okay, maybe. I don't think I have the syntax right. Let's just do this. Listener. There we go. So it should be registered listening. I think it will give us a, it should kick something back to us to show us that it's listening. Nope. Let's do it ourselves. Listening on Chatter. So the nodes work with a topic like a pub subsystem. This particular topic is going to be Chatter. Now we're listening on Chatter. So now I can have one more window open and then publish to Chatter and get the message. We'll do that real quick. So we'll use that's a subscriber. We need a publisher, which is probably right here. Let's take this. Nano publisher.py, paste it. So topic name is going to be Chatter. And I think it's just going to print hello world a lot. So we're just going to do port time. We'll have it. Oh, it is sleeping there. I think it's okay. I was going to have it sleep after each publish, but I think we're all right. So we have a publisher. Let's go back to, where's our subscriber? Right here. Python publisher. Oh. So it tried to register with the same node name. We'll just change the node name to, we'll call this publisher. Try it again. And then this should be, doesn't matter. We'll just keep it what it was. All right, good. So here's hello world. So that's all it is. So imagine now we're using Alexa Skills Kit to send messages just like this. Move left, move right, change the stoplight from red to green, things like that. Sending that to Carla so we can make all sorts of changes in this world, control things in this world. All right. So let's get ROS going. Any questions? Is that part? Oh, hey, Clintron. Is this part of an ongoing epic series? I feel like I'm in the middle. It's actually the very beginning. So the idea, well, the ROS part is a part of a series, but that's easy enough to catch up on. We can catch you up on that real quick. But this Carla part is brand new today as of like 20 minutes ago. But what we've done before is taken ROS and used ROS as our, I don't know what we want to call it, but a coordinator or a conductor to handle messages from Alexa to anything. So gadgets, robots like a Roomba, and now simulated cars. Really simulated worlds. I don't want to just stop at cars. I want to control lots of things in this world. Lord of Sound, you said, are we going to see the virtual car drive around in this session? Man, well, we can definitely see one automatically. I wish I could fix the issue. All right, let's do it. That'd be fun. We can do it. Let's go back to, where's my code? All right. So Python examples, we just got stuck on the font. So if we think about what's going on here, we need to go to examples old. I'm going to go to code. And when we try to run the manual control, so Python manual control.py, we're getting an error. Tries to launch. It says, oh, that's right. Let's just do this. Delete manual control. Wow. Hold on. Delete manual control.py. Rename manual control original to manual control.py. And then Python manual control. We should get an error. We get an error about a font on line 376, and then we look at this manual control. Line 376, it's looking for some weird font that we don't have. I guess we just download the font real quick. That's probably all we need to do. 376. So Ubuntu Mono. Let's grab that. Ubuntu Mono TTF. All right, Ubuntu Mono free. I hope it's free. We'll find out in a second. Ubuntu Mono, okay. Install. Be great if this fixed it this quick. All right. I'm gonna install all these just to be safe. Bold, italic. All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. All right, that's spawned our cars in the sim. Let's do this. All right, default control manual. I'm not giving up on this yet, Lord of Sound. We've still got 30 minutes to figure out ROS too. All right, we can do this. Default font. Let's see. So it didn't find that. Default font equals this. What's the big Windows font? Helvetica. Can I just do that? Default font is Helvetica. Then it's defining Helvetica as mono, referring to it as mono here. That might work. No. Index out of range. So font's 0, so the first one in 336. So it's 336? 376. Fonts equals this. Mono equals default font. Just highlight or comment that out and see what happens. Mono reference before. Okay. Mono equals default font. We're hacking. We got it. All right. Let's see him sweat. Yeah, I'm sweating. You just can't see it because I keep. Yeah, see when I go off camera, I can wipe it off. All right. So I think I can control it. How about an end-of-the-year goal where all of us drive RL-controlled virtual cars around in a multiplayer? That would be really cool. I wonder if we can. I guess we can, right? So this world operates on port 2000, 2001. So if I have like an EC2 machine with this running on it and I open it up to whomever safely, I think we could spawn things and then drive them around. This is really cool. So nearby vehicles. This is great. This is the detail you couldn't get from Grand Theft Auto. At least I couldn't without a lot of mods. I'm not sure if mods would do it. So we haven't driven it yet. I know right here it showed us, right? Didn't it show us the controls? W, S, A, D, Q, toggle reverse, space, handbrake. Handbrake on a motorcycle. That's going to be fun. All right, here we go. A moment of truth. Ah! Oh, there it goes. That's so awesome. Do we have sound? I don't hear anything. It's all right. Okay, so can I turn? I can't turn. Oh, no. So there's one difference between this and GTA is the player doesn't go flying off the motorcycle, which is good. So we are driving. This is great because if ROS Bridge does what I think it will do, then we can pass, you know, the voice equivalent of WASD. Wish I could pick what kind of vehicle I spawn in. We could pass the voice equivalent and then control the car ourselves. First crash. One thing, what did it say to go backwards? Q? Space? What was it? Does anyone remember? Let's see. Q, toggle reverse. Q, toggle reverse. Oh, nice. Alright. This is great. Yeah, the graphics are really good. I mean, they're not GTA quality, but this is a free simulator. And just all the things it gives us. What else we're getting here? So I just had a collision, so there's a collision graph. Does it say if I'm off-road or not? So there are location data we can get. So I think what we should do is connect ROS Bridge and see if we can get just one piece of data out of this. Or maybe send a command like drive. So I want to get back to something that's more pleasant than this storage unit. So reverse. It's a little counterintuitive for me anyway. What was, oh, Q is toggle reverse. There we go. Now Q again to toggle forward. Let's get back on the highway or the road. There's a cop car up there. We'll see if I can I get past the roadblock? No. Alright, that's alright. X, what does X do? Oh, okay, maybe it was just tab, change sensor position, and then tilde is next sensor. So tilde, oh, that's interesting too. I wonder if that's, oh, this is really cool. So this might be LiDAR, which is also really hard to simulate in GTA. I guess it could be a thermal. No, it's not thermal. So we have a lot to learn together. Oh, look, there's labels. Cityscape palette, LiDAR, camera RGB, camera depth. Oh, nice. Okay. So camera depth. It's interesting how this car and like maybe I don't understand camera depth. I would think that those would be similar, but all right. So tilde to go back. logarithmic gray segmentation. That'd be nice too. So I don't know why things aren't showing up, but if we can segment pieces. Oh, there we go. There's some semantic segmentation, which is really cool too. So we see barriers. I'm sure these are all labeled somewhere and documented, but maybe this is sidewalk. These are lane lines. All really important things for teaching a car how to drive itself. I do like that LiDAR. All right. I don't understand the camera depth one. Yeah, me either, Joe. All right. That's all right. Let's work on ROS real quick now. I'm glad we solved the font mystery. Thanks for pushing me past that, Lord of Sound. I was about to give up on it. Okay. So ROS bridge, what do we need here? All right. Features, cameras, depth segmentation, RGB support, setup. Create a Catkin workspace. And okay. I think we can do this with Windows. And let me just see real quick if, because I already have this set up, like the Catkin workspace set up in Ubuntu. If we can connect to port 2000 from Ubuntu, I don't see why we couldn't. I'll try it in Windows first though. So let's, I don't need that. Let's go here. And here. Alright. Carla ROS. CD Carla ROS. Whoops. Alright. Make the P Catkin workspace source. And then CD. Alright, I'm going to clone it here. What the heck is Catkin? So Catkin is a package manager for ROS. So there were two. There was another one called Colcon. Colcon is what RoboMaker uses, but Catkin is a package manager. And honestly, it's a mess. I don't like it, and I think they know it's a mess too. I think they're really working hard on it. But it is a package manager for ROS, so it'll manage the Catkin workspace, WS's workspace. But it's where you keep all your packages for ROS. Oh, thanks, Lord of Sound. Favorite session. I wish I was teaching more than learning with you. Like I wish I could tell you exactly how it's all going to work together. But I'm glad you like it, and I'm glad we can learn together. Honestly, it's kind of fun. Catkin workspace source. Then we're going to link. Oh, I don't know if I can do an LN in Windows. Can I? All right, we're gonna bail on this and go to Ubuntu. Well, let's see what it's trying to do. All right, I'm not gonna mess with that in Ubuntu or in Windows. So let's do this. I'm gonna copy this. We're gonna paste this. Okay. And then let's go there, link. I don't understand where this ROS bridge is coming from though. Do I even have that? Oh, we're creating symbolic link to a new thing called ROS bridge. Okay. Source opt ROS. So obviously, oh no, I don't have kinetic. So kinetic is a flavor of ROS. And I think I actually do have it on Ubuntu 16.04. But the sad thing is, this repo doesn't tell you that you need to do all this stuff beforehand, like have kinetic and all that. So let's fork it, and then we'll fork it later. I'll fork this later, and we'll start. We'll create some pull requests because that's not cool. Like it needs to be able to tell people how to do it from scratch rather than assuming they know all this. All right, so we're gonna go Ubuntu 16.04 and do the same thing. What are you doing? Hey, Galaxy. Peer learning is better. So, hey, Galaxy, we're playing with a package called, or a new simulator called Carla. And Carla is a driving simulator. Looks a little bit like Grand Theft Auto, but it gives us a lot more detail. So, detail as far as what nearby vehicles there are. We can change views to see depth and LiDAR and lane lines, things like that. So, a lot of research has been done with Grand Theft Auto to do the same thing, but Carla makes it a lot easier. So, what we're going to do eventually is take Alexa and use Alexa to control pieces of the simulator. So whether it be driving, stoplights, people walking around, maybe we look for it and we ask it to identify how many cars are there. I don't know. But what we're doing right now is trying to hook up ROS bridge to Carla. Dependencies are a constant annoyance always. Yes, I agree. All right, so let's go back to Ubuntu 16.04. I think this is it. Let's just make sure ls opt ROS kinetic. Good. So we do have that. Carla ROS bridge. Do we have this yet? No. All right. So let's just get all this here. source, and then we're going to go symbolic link this ROS bridge. Oh, no, I don't want that. All right, DGE. And then source. So this source right here, this ROS connect, this line is just telling the ROS system in Ubuntu, hey, here's where the directories are, here's where the executables are. Did I not? Let me see what we have here. So cd source ln-s that ROS bridge. It already exists. Huh. So this file says setup bash no such file home jb none Carla ROS bridge catkin jb none Carla ROS bridge catkin. Oh, there's no setup sh file. Did we not clone it? Thought we did. BRDIGE. What does this say? Are you using a language? Python? Yep, Python. Are there other simulators for ROS? Not necessarily Carla. Carla is the... I'm sure there are. Because ROS is just basically, if you want to boil it down to its basics, it's a message passing system for robots or devices. So I'm sure other people have built simulators. There is one called... I wanted to say it's Webots. Let's see if that's right. Yeah. So Webots, I believe, uses ROS. It's a fun package. I think you have to pay for some of it. Oh, it's just for support, so you're okay there. So this will use that, but we've been using ROS to just really simple to control things on a Raspberry Pi or even a light bulb. So you can use ROS for a lot of different things. So there probably are a lot of different simulators. As far as I know, this is the main driving simulator that has a ROS bridge. Yeah, I think BRDGE is... But so that should be gone now, but that's still confusing me why we're getting that error message. And thanks for joining too. Who is Alexa Rob or Alexa? Oh, Alex Rabo. Alex Rabo. Sorry, I have obviously Alexa on my brain. All right, so let's go back to the bridge. That's right. I think we can get past this. I'm not too worried about it just yet. So ROS dep update. What this does is looks in the GitHub package we downloaded and then finds any resources. So it's going to install resources. It usually doesn't take too long. This next line might ROS dep install from paths. We'll see. Or actually, cat can make will take the longest, but we're going to go ahead and get it started. All right. So while this is going, any other questions about what we're doing or just kind of ROS in general? All right, we're going to let that go for a second. Let's see what else we're going to need to do here. Start the ROS bridge. So we'll run the simulator, which we've done. Looks like it's setting... It looks like it's setting the resolution for some reason to be pretty small. That's okay, though. And then we're going to connect to the client. That makes sense. The only thing I'm concerned about is... okay, that's good. Is connecting from Ubuntu to the Windows box. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have to jump through some extra hoops for that or not. So we need cat can make. But if we don't have to, the ROS server or the Carla server is running and listening for commands from ROS once we have this bridge. So, what's the breakdown of responsibilities between Windows and Ubuntu here? It's a good question. I know, and they've done some updates. I did an update. I think there was a December or late November update for this, like this WSL, which is what Windows Subsystem Linux, I think is what the acronym means. And last year when I was doing a lot of training for the Galaga project, this Ubuntu part couldn't access the GPU, so a lot of it had to move to Windows and just to get the native access to GPU. So I don't know if that problem's been fixed or not. I suspect it hasn't been, because I would think I would see a lot of news about it. But the breakdown of responsibilities, I'm not sure. I just know I like working in Ubuntu and Linux better than Windows, or I'm more comfortable with it, so I drop in here whenever I can. And it looks like, well, I know ROS is, for me, ROS was tricky to install in Windows too. So having ROS already installed, I have ROS installed in 1604 at least, and that makes it a little bit easier too. All right, so we made a failed make, J12. Why is it doing a J12? Can I specify like a lower J? I think J, what does J do? Like the number of threads or processes? Alright, that was just a shot in the dark. So, that didn't work, but let's see. Let's see, here's the ROS bridge. Python path to Carla. Oh, so path to Carla means that we're going to have, it looks like it wants us to be on Windows. Do you know Python? Yep, I do, but you know, I didn't go to school for it, so a lot of the Python I've done has just been hacking around and doing just what you're seeing now. So I don't know if you know it or not, but if you don't know it, this is a good way to do it. Just jump into a project and then you will learn. You'll have to learn. The good thing about Python is it's really, really easy to find help on Stack Overflow. So just about every error you run into, you'll find an answer for, and then you still slowly build up your skill set. But you may already be a professional at it, and you may be leaving those Stack Overflow answers I use all the time. All right, so we have a problem with, so it looks like they're running the simulator in Linux. So, it's 43 after. So let's just try to get Carla running in Linux real quick. That might be an impossible feat. We're going to go for it. Alright, so this is Carla. In fact, this will be probably good for you to see it so you can try it on your own too. Go to the Carla GitHub project, building Carla, build on Linux. And let's just do it. So I'm going to build on 1604 because I have a feeling that that's what they developed on. So we're going to, we'll just start. All right. Okay, let's see. GitHub card. Oh, thanks, Lord of Sound. You're probably already knee-deep into it, I hope. So, yeah, you can see for 1804, there's a few changes to make. So I'm going to keep it at 1604. Yeah, this is going to take a while, for sure. That's okay. I think it's totally worth it. So we're going to copy and paste some of this to keep it moving faster. Any more questions I missed? Other simulators. Misspelled bridge. Okay, I think we got it. Let's drive around a little bit while we're waiting for this to load. So let's go back to Carla. Oh, this is Carla just as the, like, I guess we'll call this the God view, but floating around. And then what's this little turtle dude down here? All right. I want to break out of this and see how we can specify. Oh, let's keep moving on this project too. I'm going to multitask. So this will go fast, and then this will go relatively fast probably. And then this will go fast. Uh-oh. Unable to resolve. Let's try this anyway. Apt-get update. Wait. It is updating something. It did add some kind of repository. I think we're okay. Why didn't you do this on a Linux computer instead of Windows? Yeah. Hey, Clintron. Why didn't I do this on a Linux? Yep. The main reason that scared me away from it was using Linux on this and getting an image back. You have to run like Xming. I think I've got that running. But getting the image back from it gives me problems. But we're going to fight through it. So anytime there's a GUI in Linux, I'd rather just run it in native Linux, like on a Linux box, rather than run it in the Windows version of Linux. But because my success in getting that GUI to a windowed image has been hit and miss. And it really could be something I'm doing wrong. But Galaxy, I want to learn Python, but I don't know where to start. What do you want to do in Python? Anything in particular? I can point you in the right direction. I mean, if you want to do like machine learning or you want to do this even, you know what, the best place to start, since it's an Alexa stream, would be to, well, I was gonna point you to the Alexa GitHub repos, which are good for Python, but they're probably like 300 level things, and if you need 100 level, it wouldn't be a good place to start yet. So don't go there just yet. But you want to look at it eventually, probably, like a Hello World, which is typically something pretty easy you should do with a few lines of code. Hello World with Alexa is going to take you a little bit more time. So let me show you that real quick. Hello World Pi. See, now we've got 198 lines of code to do a Hello World with Alexa, which is good for us, like a system as complicated as Alexa, but you really should just pick a project that you want to build and then learn how to build it in Python. Yeah, Stack Overflowing your way through. And Joe's right too. That's kind of, I think probably that's how a lot of us learn, is you come up with an idea and say, okay, I want to build this in Python. And so then you say, how do I even print to the screen in Python? Or how do I even add two numbers in Python? And start off like that. Laura Sound says, if you don't have at least Stack Overflow tabs open on your browser, you're not programming. Yeah, at least 3. Yeah, I agree. All right, so we're letting that load. What was I showing you before this? Rebots? Nope. Carla? Nope. Oh yeah, let's see if there's a way to spawn a different vehicle. So if I go back to Carla, that's ROS Bridge. Python reference. Maybe not. Python API tutorial. Actor blueprint world. That makes sense. There's where we set the port. Blueprints. And so we saw earlier getting the car blueprint. Yeah, vehicles. Oh, nice. So we could just got, so it filtered out by vehicle, but we could say filter by vehicle.bmw. It's really cool too. Bikes. Spawning actors. Let's just try, let's just launch, let's see, that's spawn NPC, which is good. Manual control. Let me look at manual control, see if there are any more switches we can use. This is manual control, right? Alright, there's the controls. Are there any arg parses? Arg parse. So arg parse verbose, host, port, autopilot, resolution, filter, role name. Role name, hero, actor, role name. I don't know what that does. Oh, filter. Let's filter by BMW and see if we can drive a BMW. So we're going to manual control, filter, and then vehicle.bmw. See if this works. Cannot choose from empty sequence. All right. I may have missed something in that. All right. Well, that's better than a motorcycle. I don't know what this is, but I like it. Yeah. How do we get that? How to kind of change the world view? Uh-oh. I'm just going to see this. What happens with a collision with a bike? Nothing. All right. It did give us a collision graph, though. I like that. Oh, and then we have all sorts of throttle, steer, brake. Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to be able to control all of this with ROS, which is really cool. Let's go back. We're still in Windows, and where are we? Here. Where is our... Oh, no, we're in Linux, aren't we? So apt-get is still going. What did we miss? How do you connect this to your Alexa? Let me make sure there are no more questions. Using AVS. What's your plan for the Alexa connection? So really, here's what we're going to do with Alexa. We've done this before with Twitch, so I think I can log in real quick. But so Alexa Skills Kit, obviously we can code in Python, we can code in JavaScript, but either way, we're going to use a library called AWS IoT service, or it's a service called AWS IoT, but there's a library called the Mqtt library. Mqtt just lets us send messages, so we can pass a message. A message is basically two parts. It's the message and the recipient. The message is simple. So the message would be something like, we'll just use plain English, but forward, make the car go forward. And then the recipient will be something in Carla here. So all of these things are actors, and each actor very likely has a topic that we're going to send to, that we can control the actor with. So if we pass the message forward to this car or this bicycle, we said green to this light, for example, put logjam here, then that message goes to Carla through the ROS bridge and changes it. That's my assumption based off this ROS bridge for Carla Simulator. So that's how we'll do it. So in the Alexa Skills Kit, we just make an intent that says send message intent maybe. And we say, Alexa, ask Carla to change all the stoplights to green. And we have an intent that says maybe it's traffic light intent gets the slot, so maybe the slot is green or red or yellow, and then passes a message to the actors that says green, red, or yellow. Right to the stop sign. Let's see. Never looked at Groovy before. Those bicycles are playing it. They are playing a dangerous game. Is it frozen? Q. Let's get out of here. Oh, there's some gridlock up here. It's probably a traffic accident. Cops aren't doing their job. Bikers should be getting out of there. If they're messenger bikers. Oh, there's an accident. This is pretty... I guess there's an accident. I think it's just a log jam. It's really cool. Carla Cola. I like that. Alright, look. This one's done. We will go... I'm not going to assign to Alexa now, but hopefully that makes sense on how we'll use Alexa to control the actors inside Carla. So where is the ROS bridge? Here we go. Well, the last command I did was the big apt-get install. Oh, yeah, I need to go here. Where did I go? Python API tutorial. Let's go back. Sorry. Pip 2. I'm on pip 3 though, right? I guess we'll do both. Pip 2 install user setup tools. And then my screensaver locked me out on the comments. Let me see if I missed anything there. All right. And then pip 3 install user setup tools. All right, cool. So we have that done. Run for your life message. All right. So we've set up those to avoid compatibility issues. The best blah, blah, blah. We recommend using CLang 6. I honestly don't know what this means. But if they recommend it, we should do it. We'll do both of them. And then, did I hit enter? All right, one more. Build Unreal Engine. I have a feeling this will take quite some time. In fact, I know this is a pretty big Git repo. So I'm going to start this. I'll download this engine. Why is it asking me to... It shouldn't ask for that. Git clone. That's really weird. So git clone depth 1, branch 422. I don't know why it's asking me for my GitHub information. I have MFA on. I don't know how that works. Yeah, you can't do that from here. All right, so this part I know will take a while because the repo itself is huge, and then the make is going to take forever too. That's all right. I'm going to let that run. It's Friday. We'll let it run for the weekend. The computer will be really happy to have something to do. So I hope you got something out of this, and then I'll have this installed on Linux. So the next episode we're going to continue here. I'll get the ROS bridge installed hopefully before the next one. And then we can just start working on sending messages to these actors and see if we can make things happen. The first thing we'll do is make sure no log jams happen. Or make them all happen. Maybe we'll turn all these lights to green. We'll have fun with it. But thanks for watching. Any more questions before we go? Lord of Sound says, thanks. Fun session. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I loved it too. And I'm glad you guys are here to help out. But if there are no more questions, then... Oh, look, the light's changing to yellow. What's going to happen? I'm not going to get this thing built. I'm going to sit here and play with this car all day. Does anyone know what kind of car this is? I can't see the side of it or the front. All right. Thanks everyone last year. Thanks everyone else for joining. Thanks Joe for handling questions, and hope everyone has a good weekend. I will see you next time. Bye.